All right. As we said, the Hebrew calendar and the American calendar don't always coincide. The lunar calendar and the solar calendar, they always don't coincide. Okay, but sometimes on these days there falls Christmas. Christmas. That's called Nittelnacht. Nittelnacht means it's a night that's sort of taken away. Taken away. Okay, the custom of Ashkenazic Jews and also the Hasidim also, that on that night, which is the 25th day of December, there's other Hasidim that they go according to where they were at, like in Romania. That's according to the Gregorian calendar. I think that's what it is. Anyways, they have a little different. In any case, whenever it falls out, Christmas falls out, so they don't learn Torah in that night. They don't learn Torah. The reason why is because Christianity is idolatry. And but I mean, they worship a person, and they sing a person, and it negates the Torah, and it hates the rabbis, and etc. So it's totally destructive. Its purpose is to destroy Judaism, and so, but its power comes from the Torah. The whole power of that religion comes from misinterpreting and twisting the meanings of sentences from the Torah, especially the idea of Mashiach, to twist it around with in an improper, in a how do you say, in a destructive way that caused millions, billions of people to worship idolatry, right? But the power comes from the Torah. So it must be that in the Torah, somehow or other, there's this lacuna, there's this, what do you call it? Like lacuna, this Achilles heel, the susceptible place where it can be energy, good energy can be drawn out of it into bad places. And that's symbolized by that night, by this night, or maybe it's actually that night. I guess maybe the Kabbalists know what's going on spiritually on that night. But in any case, we don't learn Torah on that night. This is the reason for not studying Torah on Nittelnacht, on Christmas night. I heard from my father is to avoid adding vitality to idolatry. My father once said those diligent students who begrudge those 8 hours, we don't learn Torah from nightfall until, let's say, midnight, that they can't tear themselves away from study. I don't envy them. In other words, it only applies until midnight that we don't learn the Torah. There's those people that can't move, can't do something else, and those they say they have a picture of the Rebbe playing chess with his father-in-law. I don't know if that's in Italy. Anyway, do something else in that time. Some people say you can read stories about tzaddikim or something, but learning actually Torah you shouldn't do. And those by us it already passed, right? It already passed. It was already what 20 days ago. 20 days ago? Yeah, something like that. Okay, here we go. Now that's today. Let's do tomorrow. Shabbos, Shabbat. When the Tzemach Tzedek was a boy and he said Yaakov lived in the land of Egypt 17 years, last week's Torah portion, his teacher translated this. According to the Baal Shem Tov. He said the Yaakov lived his 17 best years in Egypt. How could that be? Egypt was a terrible place. When he returned from home from Cheder, he was just like 3 years old. He asked his grandfather, the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, how can it be the Yaakov, the choice of the fathers, he should have the best years of his life, were the last 17 years that he lived in Egypt? Egypt was a corrupt land. And even it was true that his son Yosef was the king over there, and that he was together with his children. But that's the best years of his life. How could it be? So the Alter Rebbe answered that it says that Yaakov, just in a short way, what happened over there? That the Yaakov's sons sold Yosef into captivity, and Yosef became a king over there. And all the sons came down into Egypt to get food because there was a world famine. And Yosef eventually revealed himself to them. And he said, first of all, he played with them. He said it wasn't Yosef. Anyway, he revealed himself to them. And he said, bring your father down and stay here in Egypt. I'll give you food. I'll give you whatever you want to. And so Yaakov left Israel. There was no food in Israel. He left Israel and he went to Egypt. But before he went into Egypt, it says Yaakov sent before him Yehuda. Jacob, the father, he sent one of his sons, Yehuda, to Joseph, says to give instructions in Goshen. Goshena. What does it mean? Laharot Goshen. It says the instruction. The Midrash states that he said that he made places of learning Torah so that there would be Torah there and that the 12 tribes could learn Torah. Means in a deeper sense that when you learn Torah, you are Goshen. Goshen means to come close, the Geshet, to Hashem. So that even in Egypt, it's true to say that he lived in Egypt. In other words, Yaakov, the whole job of the Jewish people is to elevate the whole world. Egypt was the lowest place in the world. And Yaakov began that. He's put Torah into the lowest place of the world. He went and learned. So then he felt that his purpose in the world was being fulfilled, being in the world. Okay.